Hello, everybody. I am Chloe. This is Rise and Right. I figured since I scheduled it like 5 minutes before I actually went live, it was probably going to be best if I just started with a sprint like that. I was gonna stream yesterday, and then I was like, no, you know what? I really need to learn how to use Affinity so I can start. I've got like a backlog of stuff that I need to put into paperback format. I used to always do paperbacks in Microsoft Word, which is a nightmare. Microsoft Word is possessed by the devil. I know how to do it. I'm really good at doing it. Microsoft Word is possessed by the devil. It's not anything that I am doing wrong. It's just like the tweakiest goddamn thing when you're working on a PDF of a novel. I have a cat screaming at me. Hold on. Oh, and he's at the other door. Just come in this way. Come in this way, stupid. Yeah, come on. Come on. I don't know why you couldn't be with Daddy. Daddy's here. Come on. I'm so sorry. I'm literally hurting a cat right now. He's acting all scared of me because I'm yelling at him to hurry up. So, of course, he's going slower than usual. Cat herding. Anyways. Good morning, Miriam, and good morning, Spence. Thank you both for joining. So, anyways, I had this whole backlog because I bought Affinity Publisher, and then I never learned how to use it. I opened it once and was like, oh, dear God, what is happening? And never opened it again. So I'm finally at that point where yesterday I was like, you know what? Instead of doing a stream, let me just hunker down and learn this thing. That was at 10 o'clock in the morning. At 12:30 at night, so 14 and a half hours later, obviously with various breaks, but pretty much straight through the day. I kind of sort of had a finished product. I say kind of sort of because I can't put my front matter on it. But that's okay because I can just like make a separate file of the front matter and merge the two PDFs together, and there won't be any like page number issues or anything. Anyway, hopefully that doesn't mess up facing pages. Anyways, so this morning, what I am doing is I am going to make these front matter pages. Maybe attempt the merge, maybe send it to somebody who's better at PDFs than me. Maybe I don't know. I don't want to fuss around with this too much. I'm just not 100% sure the right way of doing it because PDFs are like strange and terrible things. But anyway, so hopefully I'm only going to be taking the next sprint so Miriam, I've never been able to handle how to do any of this stuff in Scrivener. I know it has the capability of doing it, and I am all thumbs in Scrivener. So yeah. And it's really like I am fine at everything except this one, making paperback. And hopefully after this one, I've learned enough errors, or I've learned how to get through enough errors that in the future it will go better. But yeah, so that is what I'm going to be doing for the first sprint, the first 20-minute sprint. And then hopefully from there I could put this to rest. Right now I'm just changing some font issues in front matter. But hopefully I will go. Oh, so Miriam also struggles with it. Oh, I still had that banner up. Damn, I did everything I could to remember to take that banner down. And then, of course, once it came to be. It didn't happen. Did I go there? Sorry. Yeah, I've Sandy is great at Scrivener, and even she does not do her stuff this way. So she was using InDesign. InDesign is prohibitively expensive. So she's trying to jump over to Affinity as well. And we'll see how that goes. But anyways, let's get this next sprint going. Hopefully when I come back, hopefully when this sprint is over, I will have like good news about this whole thing working out. We'll see. We'll see in 20 minutes. Okay. Okay, we are back, and my disaster is continuing. I formatted about 200 pages yesterday and then realized that it had eaten all of my italics. So I started all over again. I ultimately decided that was going to be the easier route, just based on like how everything else was going. And now it looks like I might have to start all over again. It is finished. It just doesn't have its front matter. And it's kind of looking like there's no way for me to put front matter on this. And even if I try to do a merge, it refuses because that first page will not pair up with another page. This is where my lack of knowledge of PDFs, I didn't realize that this was some absolute disaster, that page 1 didn't have like a buddy page with it, because usually they don't, but I didn't realize that if you don't have a buddy page, you're effed forever and all of eternity. And if I try to move anything in this, because it's one of those flowable things, literally the entire thing shatters, because of my chapter pages and all of the like tracking that I messed with to make sure that the bottoms of my pages lined up properly without having widows or orphans. So this appears to be day 2 of fresh hell for me. When I really need to be getting like actual work done, and instead, the worst part about this is now, so this is a series. The first book's been out for 2 years and has a print version, has a paperback and everything. So I'm trying to format the second one, but because I'm switching programs and things are like not lining up how they did in the program that I did the first one in, I was like, let me go ahead and reformat the first one as well. So what I'm working on now isn't even something that needs to be done. It's one that I already have. So and like now I'm doing the searching, like Google help me, and everybody's like, just add a page. And like those of us who are in this fresh hell, like, no, you can't just add a page. It's not working here. So basically I need to like make a spread from the first page, and it's like absolutely not. So yeah. Anyways, good morning, Keenan. Thank you for joining. I'm going to do the best I can. I'm just going to keep going. I just realized that my microphone is like 850 miles away from me, but that's okay. Miriam, you're done with your outlining. Oh, no. No, you're not. I misread that. I don't know. Sometimes I misread things. That's fair. Screw outlining. I would like to write today. I'd like to write today, but also I'm one of those people who I can't leave a task undone. Not in like the whole grand scheme of like, this is a task that is going to take me 3 years to do and I can do nothing else in that time. But when like something is slightly broken, I must figure it out, partly because that's how I am, just like must finish. The other part being that like fear that I will accidentally like save something that's really broken or whatever. So Miriam's is again. She's working on an outline, except not anymore. Genuinely can't figure out the whole what went wrong that happens toward the end. I'll start version 2 and figure out what to do when I get there. I've absolutely gotten like 3/4 of the way through the outline, gotten stuck on something like that, and just started writing it. Like, wrote for like a week, wrote like a quarter, wrote half of it, and then jumped back in and finished that outline when I had a better idea. Because sometimes I just need the characters to have grown some for me to know where I am going wrong with that. Or where they need to go. I need the characters to tell me what they're going to handle at the end is what I'm saying. So let's do this next sprint. Maybe I will find something useful. I don't know. I just have a feeling it's this reflowable stuff. This reflowable stuff is so glitchy. And I know that like it's how things work these days, but okay. 20 minutes on the clock. And I'll see you guys at, what is it? It's 10:48, so I'll see you guys at 11:08. So a part of me was trying to figure out how I managed to literally waste 14 hours yesterday working on this. Not necessarily waste, but like how I spent 14 hours working on this. But I just spent like 20 minutes with actually having the problem fixed and just like trying to figure out how to save it. So I guess it makes sense. I fixed the problem. I didn't mean to fix the problem. And by that, I mean what I was doing at that point was actually giving up and crossing my fingers that as long as I didn't mess with anything else, all of my manual editing was going to stay true in it. And then I fixed the first one. So basically how these work is you've got 2-page layouts, 3 technically for me, but like 1-page layout that's just like the regular block of words with the header on it. For this particular series, I'm doing just a header. I'm not doing a footer on it. So you have the standard pages, and then you have the chapter heading pages. And the chapter heading pages, they're 2 different, they're called master pages. I'm assuming it's the same with InDesign, probably with Vellum as well. Something similar at least. But what was happening was every time I tried to edit anything in the front of it, my master pages got bounced to different pages. So I'd have like my chapter headings in the middle of some other random chapter. And I said, well, you know what? As long as I like flip these master pages so that they are the correct ones, hopefully I haven't biffed the layout too much. This could just be going through and redoing the chapter headings for the like 875th time. But okay, just suck it up and do it. Because I just couldn't figure out a way to add stuff into the front without completely biffing this entire thing. So I start to do it, and I do chapter 1, and then all of the other chapters are fine after that. I have no idea. And mind you, they did not look even remotely fine when I scrolled through, because at first I thought that, well, maybe just chapter 1 got screwed up and everything else did. But it was that domino effect. That is the issue with this reflowable text, that because chapter 1 got screwed up, everything else turned into mass chaos. But once I fixed chapter 1, all of the other chapters were fine. So I think this is ready. It's looking pretty good. Normally I send my PDFs to Sandy to see if she sees anything, because she's like got eyes like a hawk for stuff like this. I don't know how she does it so quickly, but she'll scan like a 400-page PDF in like 5 minutes and have like 4 errors. I guarantee I'm not going to see a single error this time. And then that book is going to be printed and Sandy is going to get her hands on it and she's going to find all of those errors. But that's okay. Oh, okay. I'm scrolling as I talk because I think I can multitask. I can't multitask. But anyways, I thought I saw an error and it turned out it was just, sometimes when you scroll, your words kind of do a little weird compression thing. Like your computer just didn't keep up with the scroll. That happened. It was nothing. So right now, my big thing is I'm just checking to make sure that I don't have the wrong chapter headings on these. They are absolutely all popping up in the right place. I just want to make sure that I don't have any of them mislabeled, because part of the shenanigans was already once going through and moving all of them. And so I just have that paranoia that one of them ended up being the wrong number. But so far, so good. I feel good right now. I actually got this one thing done. I wanted to get writing done. I really need to get writing done, but um, if this works, maybe I'm gonna go ahead. I hate myself for saying this, but maybe I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the sequel one done as well, and be have this whole project marked off of my list of things I need to get done. Did you see my flab? Also, hey Carrie, I don't think I said hello to you. And Miriam, I'm sorry that you were distracted by play. I don't know that from nieces, but I do know that from this guy who looks like he doesn't move and is madly in love with my purse. But also at the worst times, he's like, play with me or I will bite you. Let's do our next sprint. I've been chowing down on watermelon. So my bladder was like, do this sprint right now. I'll see you guys in 20 minutes. Oh, hey, I never muted myself. um, Welcome back. Hope you did well on that sprint. I plowed forward with this project. That was not what I wanted to spend my entire show on, but here we are. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just reading to make sure I'm not screwing anything up with what I'm closing. So I figured I may as well keep on going and went to Amazon to see what I needed to do with the new book because the size of it changed. I don't understand how it changed so dramatically, but it went from 240 pages to 330. I don't know. Obviously, like I did, you know what it is it doesn't seem like it'll make that much of a difference. But like I took away an extra 0.2 of an inch on either side, and that's 0.4 of an inch total extra margins. And that really, obviously, it does make a huge difference in it. When I first made the book, I wanted it to be as short as possible. And I'm not so worried about that now. Like short as in at least amount of pages possible. I'm not so worried about that now. This is an 80,000 word book. I feel like 330 pages is normal for that. So it is what it is. But because of it, I have to edit the book cover, right? Because that means that my spine needs to be bigger on it. No big deal. And then when I went to do that, the file from the last one, it turns out, is like 4 layers of this same book cover. That there's like a solid, like 2 solid ones on the bottom that's like completely covering the frame because they're too small, and then like little chopped up pieces of it on top of it to fill things in properly. Which caused a flashback to when I was actually doing this and I couldn't get the size right. And it turned out if you, they give you a template. They ask you how many pages the book is and if you're printing it on white or cream pages. And I had asked for the template for one and printed it on the other. That changes the margin size. And of course, they don't tell you this. They just tell you you're wrong and they don't explain how you're wrong. So I messed with this thing like 8 million times to try to get it right. Apparently spawning a bajillion layers of the same thing. But the good news with that is it was really easy for me to make a new a resized version of it because I just had to screw around with what I already had there. And the problem, though, is I got it all set up and it was looking great, and I had it exported and everything was good to go. And then I realized that I had it still had an old blurb on the back of it, and I have a much better blurb now. It is not the most paperback-friendly blurb, but it is a way better blurb than what was there before. It really doesn't matter. It's not like I am selling physical copies of this book. Like, it's not like I'm going to trade shows and selling it. So who the hell cares what's written on the back of the book? People are going to see the Amazon description for it, but you know, I guess people will see it on my coffee table. This is the book that was infamously read aloud when I was not home. And the thing is that they picked a scene. It's erotic romance. It's, it's contemporary, and that's if I'm doing contemporary, it's erotic romance. And they picked a scene where the position, it is a sex scene, and the position that the characters are in is a basically impossible position. It is a completely ineffective position. This is deliberate. It is explained in the book. It is fully explained why they are in this position that won't work. There is a totally valid reason. I'm not going to go into details. There's a totally valid reason for this. But obviously, when you're picking a random page, you're not reading the whole explanation leading up to it. And now I'm fairly sure that I have a bunch of friends who think I have no idea how to make penises and vaginas work together. I do. I'm not an idiot. It just happened to be that scene, or that they thought that I thought that this would be a good scene to write, like, in an actual porn where the positions they're in don't make any sense. It is what it is. Anyways, I Spence, and of course, here comes Spence. I need the details now, though. The quick and dirty of it is this is my Magical Cave of Glowing Wonder, the first book from the series I shouldn't have written, which is about to get a new issue of the paperback. Woo! But it's there. If I am remembering correct, okay, so there is weird science in this, and it is breeder romance, or breeder erotica, and you just have to accept that. But so she's been given a drug that basically makes her need to conceive. Just accept all of this. But like she's got. I didn't want to explain this because I knew it was going to get awkward real quickly. It is. I swear it is a romance, despite how horrific this whole thing sounds. But basically, he is trying to finish inside her without irritating her because she has gone for too long. She's just now under the effects of this thing, and it took a while for them to be in a position where they could actually handle this. She is in a lot of pain, and he is trying to, without like agitating her more. The rest of the sex scenes are great, I swear. And all of this really does make sense in context. It just like trying to explain it. Yeah, right. Thank you, Spence. Everybody's gonna need to get real cool about a bunch of stuff real quick. Neither of them chose this. His brother is the villain in it, and he did this to basically get hold of both of them because, again, there was like weird science involved. And the main character, the good guy, he's not a great guy by any means. He's definitely the anti-hero sort of guy, but he might be a god. And his brother is trying to get hold of him, like rein him in. And they need, that's right. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I wrote it. His brother believes that the offspring of the two of them will actually create the god, because they thought he was going to be the god, and he just ended up being like a super weird dude. So they think it's like the next generation. So yeah. Okay. Let's do our next sprint, shall we? This will be the last sprint of the day. We're gonna go for 20 again, and I'm gonna get this stuff uploaded, and hopefully the Amazon gods will smile upon me and accept everything. I'll see you guys in 20. And continuing that theme of why does everything take so long? Uh, my book cover was slightly the wrong size, so I had to redo it. They gave me the wrong size file. I don't know. You just got to accept this with KDP sometimes. And somehow the adjustments just took me 20 minutes and I am back to uploading them. Also, I am real unhappy with the layout of the book. It's not, I make it sound like it's really dramatic. I just don't, my inside gutters, I need to shift everything just slightly on the pages, which hopefully is not like a whole effing fiasco, but of course it's going to be a whole effing fiasco. But that's it for today. I wanted to write today. I did no writing. I'll write later today. That is my promise. I am going to get this done, and then I am going to freeze a cake. Just accept that. I have to put that on my list of things to do because I can't decorate the cake until it's frozen. So I'm going to get that cake frozen, and then I'm going to work on the sequel that hopefully will just take a couple of hours after I've been through all of this with the first one. And then I'll write. I have all the time in the world for this. I'm good. Anyways, you guys go off on your own adventures. I'm going to get this damn watermelon cake done that I said I was going to do a couple of days ago, and then disasters kept happening. Partly time management and partly also actual disasters. So my plans for today are to finish this book, finish getting this uploaded, finish this book, and do the watermelon cake and format the sequel. I can do this, and write, at least write a short story. Miriam, I don't know when the next session is. I'm trying to get myself better at doing these morning ones. So hopefully I will get a morning one before Wednesday of next week. We will have the evening show on Wednesday, the me and Sandy at 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. These morning shows, as of right now, are still just pop-ups until I get my life better under control. So you guys all have a great day, and I will see you later. And thanks for joining. Bye.